Hey everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Eagle International Institute. You can find all the details about us in the description box, so please go through that and kindly let us know if we can help you in any ways. Trust me, it's a great place for all of you who need any guidance or training for your upcoming English tests such as IELTS or OET, or if you just want to improve your language skills. If you're liking the contents that we are posting, then please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and you will get more and more helpful, informative videos that can eventually develop your English language skills. So, let me introduce myself. I'm Karthika and I'm an IELTS trainer working in this institute. 2021 is going to be a very great year if you're trying for immigration or just study abroad. Good news! But you might have heard that IELTS is one of the biggest hurdles that you need to face while trying to achieve your dream. So let's talk about IELTS in general. So, what is IELTS? IELTS stands for International English Language Test System, which is jointly conducted by the British Council, the Cambridge Assessment English, along with IDP Australia, which is the International Development Program. So basically, IELTS measures the English language proficiency of people who want to work or study in another countries where English is the main language of communication. Basically, there are two types of IELTS examinations. The first one is academic IELTS and the second one is general training IELTS. So, the academic IELTS are for those who are applying for higher education or those who are doing some professional registration. And the general training IELTS is for those who are trying to migrate to other countries such as Australia, Canada, and the UK. And it is also taken in case of some secondary education or some training programs also. Let's talk about the structure of the examination. IELTS does an accurate assessment of all the four basic language skills such as speaking, listening, reading, as well as writing. Normally, the examinations for modules listening, reading, and writing will be conducted on a same day, whereas the speaking test will be conducted on a different day. Which means when you apply for your IELTS examination, you will be getting two dates, one for your speaking test and the other for all the three modules. Let's talk about the speaking part first. The speaking part will be a 10 to 15 minutes interview with a trained IELTS trainer. The topic can be any random, basic, simple ones. It can be about your work, it can be about your studies, or can be about your hometown and anything. The whole speaking test can be subdivided into three parts. The first part is the introductory part, the second part is the cue card part, and the third one being the discussion part. In the introductory part, the examiner will ask you some 5 to 10 questions about some simple, basic subjects. So you have to answer the questions correctly. So the purpose of this introduction part is just to make you comfortable with the whole examinations. It has nothing to do with your evaluation. Okay. After the introduction part, the examiner will start the part 2, which is the cue card session. In the cue card session, the examiner will give you a card along with a question with a few sub-questions. You will be given 1 minute to prepare your answer, and after that time, you will have to talk for 2 minutes straight regarding the topic. Please note that from the cue card part onwards, the examiner will start recording your speaking for the further evaluation purposes. So after the cue card session, the examiner will enter into the part 3 of the exam, which is the discussion part. They will ask you a few questions that are related to your cue card, and you have to give them some elaborated answers. So basically, this part will be a discussion between you and your examiner. So with that, the speaking test will end. It will take maximum of some 15 minutes to complete this exam. That's all about speaking. Now let's talk about listening test. In this listening test, you will be given a test booklet which contains a lot of questions, and you will hear some audio extracts also. So what you have to do is you have to listen to the audio extracts very carefully and you have to answer the questions. Okay, the whole listening test will take some 30 minutes. There will be 40 questions and you will be given some additional 10 minutes to transfer your answers from your test booklet to your answer sheet. Simple as that. The next module is reading. IELTS reading module will last for 60 minutes and you will have to answer 40 questions. So you will be provided with a few passages, basically 3. Okay. So these 3 passages will be arranged in the order of increasing difficulty. And following each passages, there will be a few questions. So what you have to do is you have to read and understand the passages and you have to answer the questions correctly. Please note that they will not provide any extra time for you to transfer the questions from your question booklet to the answer sheet. So you have to manage your time accordingly. For academic and general training IELTS, the reading test will be different. For academic IELTS, the passages will be a bit more academic in nature. It will be long and it will be a bit complicated. Whereas in general training IELTS, the texts will be a little bit simple and most of the time it will be related to the work. Now, let's talk about the last module in IELTS, which is writing. Writing part is considered as the most challenging module in the whole IELTS. Okay, we will talk about the writing part. Basically, the writing module is divided into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. So, the part 1 in academic IELTS includes some diagram or a table or a map or a graph or something. And what you have to do is you have to interpret the information, you have to describe the information and you have to summarize it into a passage. That is what you have to write in the part 1 academic IELTS. But the part 1 general training IELTS will contain a question about which you have to write a letter. The letter can be informal, formal or semi-formal based on the situation. The part 2 of the IELTS writing is an essay. Whether it is academic or it is general training, you have to write an essay. Starting from the examination, you will be given 60 minutes to complete your writing task. Both task 1 and task 2 or the part 1 and part 2. Within these 60 minutes, you have to write both these parts and after that the examination will be over. So it is very important to manage the time during the writing. Now, each of these modules are assessed based on a specific criteria, which is different for different modules. And in the end, the evaluators will score you from 0 to 9 based on this assessment. So we will talk more about this assessment criteria and IELTS scoring in our further videos. So this is all for now. I hope you got an overall idea about or some basic idea about the IELTS by now. Thank you for watching this video and have a great day.